Change Your Thinking, Change Your Life by Brian Tracy. Chapter 11, Creating Your Own Future, Part G. A Success Story. A participant came up to me at a seminar recently and asked if I remembered him. I told him that unfortunately I spoke to too many people each year to remember all of them. He reminded me that he had attended my 2-day seminar about 6 years before. He was quite shy, so he waited at the lunch break until everyone had left. He then told me about a most remarkable series of events that had happened to him since the seminar. When he came to my seminar, he was a used car salesman. He had 2 children and was in his early 30s. He was earning an average income and was up to his neck in debt. He was living in a rented house with his family. At the seminar, he decided that his biggest source of worry was the fact that he was in debt and had no money in the bank. So he set a goal to get out of debt and to save $30,000 over the next 5 years. This was a huge goal for him, considering his circumstances and his past. He had not been out of debt since his teens. Taking action. Nonetheless, in faith, he wrote down his goal, made a plan, and began working on it every day. This decision activated his mental powers. Because of the law of correspondence, the law of attraction, and the law of subconscious activity, among others, things began to change for him far faster than he had imagined. He actually achieved his financial goal in only 3 years. He was out of debt and had $30,000 in the bank. One day, his boss, the owner of the dealership, called him in and asked him if he was interested in a business opportunity. He was quite flattered and asked his boss to explain. His boss said that he had observed how much better he had become as a salesman, and he had also heard that he had saved up some money from his income. This salesman was shy and cautious, and asked his boss what he had in mind. His boss told him that he had been approached by the automobile manufacturer in Detroit and asked to recommend someone who would be interested in opening a new car dealership in the same city in a growing part of town. The boss said he was willing to recommend him, and back him in this dealership. He would go in with him as a full partner if he were willing to put in his money as well. The final outcome of this story was that his boss helped him set up the new dealership. He helped him with all the purchasing, inventory, parts, service department decisions, and staffing. After 2 years, his boss sold the half share back to him, so he ended up owning the dealership 100%. Then he said to me, "And today, I'm a millionaire." He said, 6 years ago I was a used car salesman, and today I am a millionaire. He was one of the happiest people I've ever met. He said if he had not taken that advice from the seminar and begun saving his money and getting out of debt, he would not have been in a position to take advantage of that opportunity when it came along. He said, "Taking your seminar probably saved me 20 years of hard work, and maybe even a lifetime." This story applies to your life as well. One of the most important actions that you can take to remain positive and optimistic is to prepare mentally, financially, and physically in advance. Think through what might possibly happen and make plans to prepare for opportunities. Make plans and put aside reserves to minimize or escape the consequences of a financial setback. This way of thinking, of planning ahead in every area, is a mark of the superior individual. 2 magic questions. Here are 2 questions that you can ask to turn failure into success. I call these the magic questions because of the incredible power they have to improve your life. You can ask them and benefit from them after every experience. The first question is, what did I do right? No matter what you do, or how it turns out, whether it is a success or a failure, you should do an instant mental replay of the event and assess everything that you did right in that situation. Even if it turns out badly, or was a complete failure, there were always things that you did that were correct. If you can isolate the positive parts of your performance and write them down, you will be pre-programming your mind to repeat the things that you did right in the next similar situation. The second magic question is, what would I do differently? This is an excellent question because it forces you to think positively about what happened and how you could do better. Ask yourself, if you had to do it over again, How would you change or improve your performance or behavior in that situation? What would you do more of or less of? Be sure to write down your answers. This ensures that you capture them before you forget. Each time you try something new or different, immediately sit down with a pad of paper and answer those two questions: what did I do right, and what would I do differently? Both of these questions are positive and they both require positive responses. Your answers prepare you, consciously and unconsciously, to do even better next time. Both sets of answers keep you focused on improvement rather than regret.